Adjust your speakers, adjust your dial, and put on a smile. This is Left Side of the Brain. Go ahead, do us a favor, hit that likes button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to share these videos. How is everybody doing out there in Jaguar land? How y'all doing? Okay, let's get right into it. What I want to talk about today is looking at everything, of course, through an HPB lens, but as well looking at everything as a program and analyzing everything just like a computer technician would analyze a problem in a computer. You ever heard of that company, Computer Geeks? Well, you have to look at everything in the same sense of I'm looking for the word. When they diagnose your computer, I forget the name of the people who specialize in that, but that's how you have to look at everything. And let me give you an example of what I mean. We live in a program, literally people, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because everything in this world is based upon numbers. I've said this before. Some of y'all know why I'm quiet right now. Another one down that aisle. Well, hey, I'm in their atmosphere right now, so they're gonna be everywhere. All right, now got some space. Now, everything in this world is based on numbers. Your telephone number, your heart rate, your height, how much you weigh. Everything is a number. You live your life based on numbers. Your speed limit, the speed limit you must drive, that's a number. How much money you got in your bank account, that's a number. Your credit card number, your social security number. They only care about numbers. Even now, I'm on aisle number 9. You see what I'm saying? Like, even in the grocery store, it's based on numbers. Every item that you buy is based on a serial number when you go and scan the product. So really, every product already has the mark of the beast with the serial barcode. Okay, and we already explained how the barcode represents the human prison ballroom, the products. So we already explained that. You got the barcode. They letting you know this is on the back of this product is a barcode. Okay, because you live in a human prison bar system. So every item has a barcode. So basically, everything is based upon numbers. Okay, your heartbeat, like I said, everything. and anything else you can think of. Okay, so more specifically, when I was saying that you got to look at everybody through a computer analytical lens, like you got to diagnose these people so you know what kind of problem you're dealing with in these people. You basically have to be a self-educated psychologist when you're dealing with these HPBs. I'll look at it like this. They're not going to tell you about themselves. They're not going to tell you that they have a problem. You have to think not only for yourself, you also got to think for these HPBs around you. Case in point, I was coming out of my residence where I live, and it was this dude out there. So, you know, I was walking like this, looking down, and then I looked up, and I did like this, like nodding, you know, like I didn't say nothing. But the reason why I nodded is because, number one, this was a strange looking dude. He was just standing outside in front of the apartments. And I'm like, yo, I ain't never seen this cat before. So I just nodded because I had to think for him. I had to think for myself and think for him at the same time. I basically had to see where this person was sitting at. But to be honest, something had already told me to not walk in his path. Something told me to circumvent around him to get to my car. But I didn't listen to it. So when I nodded my head like this, he didn't respond. He didn't do anything. And he had this like wicked, evil presence to him. And I almost felt remorseful because I didn't listen to my conscience, which told me to avoid him, okay? Because the reason why I was able to pick up that this guy was no good, because when I looked at him, my brain is connected to my spirit. And my brain, because it's connected to my spirit, it did a reading on this individual. Now, when I looked at him, my brain analyzed this man. Every point on his body, every biometrical point on his body computed back to me that this guy was an HPB. I'm telling y'all, it's that deep. See, us who have souls, we have a program inside of us as well. Our program allows us to detect people by just casting our eyes on the person. When you look at a person, it's deeper than just looking at them, because everybody is under light programming. Light waves is energy waves in the form of light, photons. Photons carry information with them. So when I looked at that person, the light bounced off of his body, came back into my iris, went inside of my brain, and within billions of a second, it gave me a reading about what kind of person this was, a biometrical reading about what type of person this was. Your brain has the power to do that when you are connected to the information. That's what this channel does. It activates that higher programming inside of you. As soon as I looked at him, something wasn't right about him. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The biometrical, geometrical alignment of the faces, the body stature, the bone structure of an HPB is different from a person with a soul. When you look at them, when the light bounces off of them, it comes back inside of your eyes at a different angle. What I mean by angle is it doesn't register mathematically, geometrically as a person who has a soul. Okay? Now, one thing about it, they couldn't even fake the design of the human with a soul. The HPB, they can replicate the human body, but they cannot replicate it to have the geometrical layout of a person with a soul. They can create very close counterfeit bodies, but they couldn't create the exact same replica of a person with a soul. I'm telling y'all, I know some of y'all might say, I never heard of that before. It's true. Now, these HPBs, they come in every race. Asian, white, black. Every race has HPBs. And every race has some people who have the correct geometrical layout of a person with a soul, and some of them have the replica layout. And when you look at them, you can get that biometric reading. You can get that biometric reading. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's how it works. And when they look at you, they can also recognize that you're not one of them. One thing about it, y'all ever heard the saying, real recognize real? You can bank on that. They know. I'm telling you. Now you might say to yourself, oh, this person just, they acting funny because they don't know me yet. Okay. They acting funny because I'm a stranger. Nope. See, energy doesn't work like that. Energy knows each other before you even met the person in the physical body. This physical body is just a shell or an expression of what kind of spirit is contained inside of that physical body. Now, a person's physical body is created like the shape of your nose, your ears, your eyes, and all of that. It's created based upon what type of spirit you have. Remember the OJ trial? And they was like, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Remember that? Think of it this way. When a person comes into this body, when their spirit comes into this body, it's almost like their spirit is like the hand Their body is the glove. So when their spirit goes into that glove, it gives it the shape. Okay? HPB. She was a HPB. How you know that left side? You just saying that because you out in public and you nervous to talk in front of people. All right, that ain't what it is. She was one of them. Now, you have to look at it like that. It's like a hand fitting inside of a glove. And the imprint of the mold that they create gives them the type of phenotype that they have. See, these cells that comprise your body, the nose shape, the eyes, everything about your skull, your bone structure is created by your spirit plunging into the mold, the plaster of those cells. And that's what gives those cells the shape that they have. Do y'all get what I'm saying? It's like putting your hand on wet sand, or like making a snow angel. You ever remember you was a kid, we used to lay on our back? How many of y'all remember? How many of y'all, when you was a little kid, how many of y'all used to make that snow ice, that vanilla snow ice? You got to do it on the second snow, because the first snow has a lot of pollutants. You got to do it on the second snow. And what you do, you collect the snow, and then you take some, I'm on an aisle right now. They might have some imitation vanilla. And you take that imitation vanilla flavoring and you put it in the snow and you make snow cream. How many of y'all remember that? I used to do it when I was a kid. I know some of the older Jags know what I mean. Some of the younger ones, you probably don't understand. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to remember, like making a snow angel on your back. You do like that. And you flap your legs and your arms. So what I'm saying is, that imprint is created by their spirit. And the way they look, their phenotype, lets you know what type of person they are. So if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. If the glove fits, shut up. Shut the fuck up. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. If the glove fits, then you are guilty. So basically, if their body shape, which is their glove, if it fits the scale of HPB, then they are guilty. And if it doesn't, you must acquit. I'm around a whole bunch of them now. I'm around mad HPBs now. Let me get off that. Oh, let me try to get some cereal. So y'all get what I'm saying? Your body is created by the spirit, and those cells are molded into the form that you come out in. It starts in the development, in the embryonic stage. In the embryonic stage. So, look, y'all, I'm gonna be back. Because it's getting kind of hot in here, and I gotta finish up some shopping. So y'all hold tight. All right, y'all, as promised, I'm back. Real talk though, these look good, right? Like commercial break, but on some other stuff. Like, these look good for real, right? That's the thumbnail right there. That's the thumbnail, y'all. That's the thumbnail. I might get these. But yeah, something came to me when I was on break. If you have to second guess, you have already figured it out. You don't have to second guess a person who has a soul, because you will already know it. So when you ever feel like you got to second guess somebody, something not right with that individual. I'm telling y'all, you got to trust your conscience and your reading that you get. Let me ask you something. Do you doubt your hunger pains? Like when your stomach growling, do you doubt to yourself? Do you say, I'm not hungry, my stomach just growling, but I'm not hungry? Do you do that? Like when you got some old milk in the refrigerator and you open it up and you can smell that it's spoiled, do you doubt your nose senses that the milk is spoiled? Do you say, nah, it ain't spoiled? Do you do that? When you land in the bed at night and you hear some noise, do you say, do you doubt what you heard? Do you doubt your ears heard something? Well, some of y'all do. You be like, that ain't nothing. You be so lazy you don't want to get up. But you heard the noise, right? But you don't doubt it. You know you heard something. You might not get up. You might be lazy, but you know you heard something. I mean, your ear's not lying to you. So why, when it comes to people and you feel something, which is also a sense, that's a sense, but they don't teach it like it's a sense. They tell you about the 5 senses, but they don't tell you about the other senses because they don't want you to know that this is a spiritual world. They don't. It's to their advantage.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's to their advantage to keep you thinking. See, the best trick that the devil ever came up with is making you believe that he don't exist. And another one of the best tricks he came up with is to make you think a God does not exist. Because he knows that if you don't believe in a higher power, then you don't got no weapon to fight against him. You don't got nothing to fight against him. So that's why they would rather you believe in atheism and that the spiritual realm don't exist. They don't want you to know about this type of stuff. I'm gonna be back, y'all. Hold up. All right, y'all, let me wrap this video on up. Hey, but that's the thumbnail. I grabbed these bag of chips, right? And I had an idea. See that? Oops, Utz. That's a new character of mine. Mr. Utz, Mr. Oops. So when somebody asks me my name, and if I don't really want to give them my name, I'm gonna say, yes, my name is Tommy Oots, Tommy Utz. They're gonna say, what? I'm gonna say, yeah, Mr. Utz, Mr. Oots. That's another one of my characters now. Don't forget, we have to stay in that character mode. And what was I talking about? Yeah. See, they would rather us not be spiritual because that's to their advantage. And you gotta understand something. Them upper management motherfuckers. I just seen them walk that way. That's a whole nother subject about them upper management people. Yeah, that'll be a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna touch on that. That's gonna be another one. The upper management people on your jobs. Y'all know how that is, so remind me to do that. Remind me to do that. But yeah, they would rather us be spiritually dead because, see, one thing about a person with an eye open to the spiritual world, See, when you that kind of person, you got something that they can't understand. They don't know how to deal with it. And you want to make somebody afraid of you, you come off as being undefinable, unrecognizable. That's what they call weird. This person is weird. You come off as strange to a person, that makes somebody see anything weird or strange brings about the emotion of fear. That's why they would rather us be spiritually dead, because they don't understand our side of reality. They only understand the evil forces that they work for and the HPB realm that they work for. But they don't understand what we're working with. Let me give you a metaphor. See, when they around us, they feel like, imagine you being in a padlocked room with just white walls, padlock, and then they hand you some boxing gloves. Let's say they told you that you was going to be in a boxing match in a padlocked room, and they said you had 3 months to train. So you training, you going to the gym, bah, bah, you hitting the boxing bag, the punching bag, you hitting the speed bag. I mean, you jump roping, you doing the road work, you running, you cycling, you swimming, you doing all of that. You eating right, you cutting weight, you getting ready for the fight. They give you the fight date. Then you show up to the venue. And then they already told you beforehand that you was fighting in a padlocked room. So you come into the room, and then when you enter the padlocked room, right? You looking around, but you don't see nobody. So you saying to the people who put the fight together, you saying, okay, I'm at the venue. Where's the person at? I'm ready to get it on. Did they not show up? What, did they chicken out? And then imagine them telling you, no, the person didn't chicken out. The person is in the room. And you're going to be like, are y'all playing a game or something? Where? I don't see nobody. And then they lock the door. And then you be like, y'all let me out of here. What is this? And you banging on the door. And then somebody tap you on the shoulder. And you turn around and you don't see nothing. And then they say through a speaker, the person that you signed up to fight, they in the room, they just invisible. As soon as they tell you that, everything that you trained for to fight an opponent in this fight goes out of the window, because you don't know how to execute any of your moves because you don't see the opponent. That would bring out the worst fear in you, more so if you train to fight Mike Tyson. Because at least you could see Mike Tyson. This opponent, you can't even see him. You would be in that padlocked room panicking because you wouldn't know where the hits are coming from. Only thing you can feel is, bah, I got punched. I'm bleeding, y'all. Let me out of this room. You kicking, you knocking on the door, you kicking the door, bow, you get hit in the jaw. So that analogy tells you how they feel when they around us. They don't know how to prepare for us. We in this world, this HPB realm, it's a padlocked room. They don't know which way we coming. They don't know our spiritual powers. We hitting them with stuff that they don't even see. And you wonder why they treat us like that. Because they are afraid of what they don't see. They see us, but they can't make out anything as far as details. They like an artist looking at a scene and just stuck like a deer in the headlights, not even knowing what to draw. Like, you don't know what to draw? You see the scenery, you don't know what to draw? No, I see it, but I just can't form anything. I don't know what it is. That's how we are to them. And that's why they fear us, because they don't know from which way our punches are coming from. And that brings them, like, it makes them have an anxiety attack when they're around us. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. This is Left Side of the Brain. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't y'all forget to tell me about that 5-hour marathon anniversary live stream. It's gonna be tight. We're gonna plan a day together. We're going to plan a day together. We are going to plan a day, because we got people on every part of the time zone: Central America, East Coast, West Coast. We even got some people overseas. We're gonna have a call-in number. People is going to have a chance to speak. It's gonna be 5 hours. I'm not gonna do all the talking. We're gonna have a Q&A session. We're gonna have a portion of the live stream will be subject matter. We'll go into some subject matter. We'll take a break. We'll play music, and we'll let people call in and have questions, comments, or anything like that. So y'all let me know in the comment section below. And until we do this again, this is LSOTB, Left Side of the Brain. Like, share, and subscribe. And this is Left Side of the Brain signing out. Jaguars up, HPBs down, and stay down.